We're back for the start of the season. I've made some pretty good transfers, I think, but the best one is I've managed to sign the top scorer from League 2 last year, and he banged in 39 goals. We are definitely going up this year. Hey, it's Rudy here, and welcome back to episode 20 of Oldham to Own. If you're enjoying this type of content and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, it would mean a lot to me. Just past 350 recently-ish, a couple of weeks ago, and now trying to head to 400. And, if you're not subscribed, you can make that happen for me. And guess what? Don't tell anyone, but it's free. So, just go ahead, just hit that little bell. And also let you know when all the other videos come out. Don't forget to smash that like, because the likes are super duper important as well. Anyway, guys, we are back. It is the start of the third season in charge of Oldham here. And yes, it's been a pretty productive off-season, I would say. We're not going to touch too much on the finances. We're nowhere in debt. Oh, I've got £524 to spend. We're going to just tip. I can't even move that all into wages. So anyway, we are just a little tick over the wage budget, which is probably the first time I think I've been over the wage budget in this save. I've usually been pretty good, actually. I'm quite proud of myself for staying underneath the wage budget. So that's good. The club vision is work within a wage budget. Grow the club's rep. Now, last year they were upset because I didn't do that, if you remember. And then I got a notification a couple of days ago that just said, "Hey, thanks for doing this early." And I was like, "What?" Anyway, whatever. They want me to reach the playoffs this year and competitive in the cups, and at least reach the knockout stages of the EFL Trophy. They're disappointed I don't play direct football. Anyway, B+ with them overall. Supporters are B, and they're disappointed with the direct football as well. Anyway, that's that. Right, transfers. This is the one that we've all been waiting for, so let's go and delve into them. The first position we needed to strengthen was right back, and I have brought in 26-year-old Tyler Reid. He comes in on a free after leaving VPS in Finland and, bouncing around. He was at Manchester United in his youth. Swansea. Not a lot of games till he's, last couple of years was he's been playing in Finland. So I'm hoping to, to get the best out of him. I think he's pretty good. He's definitely an upgrade on Harry Brockbank. He's got some decent physicals here. Nice all round and very, very few cons. I mean, yeah, he's poor first touch. Okay, that's it. But other than that, he looks a very, very solid player. Is consistent as well. So Tyler Reid is our new starting right back. We obviously brought in the regular host here of youth players. I'm not sure if I showed you them last time. I think I did, but most of them are youth prospects. Got into the under 18s team, so you'll see them varying degrees and whatnot. Christian Maghoma, yes, he was on loan last season. Portsmouth released him on a free, so we snapped him up. I mean, he played 15 games for us, 1 goal, 7.08. He's solid. He's coming as a squad player. Yes, he's inconsistent, and yes, he's susceptible to injuries. But that jumping reach of 18, you just can't knock it. You just can't knock it. And I think he's quite solid. So, And I like to reward the players who are on loan who've done a good job. Our next signing that we've got in is Callum Guy. Now, yes, I did want to strengthen the midfield. He can play in the DM or in that centre of the park, and he looks pretty good. I like his physicals. He's got that stamina, that natural fitness, and he's brave. He's definitely got those stats to make him a really good ball-winning midfielder or in that deep-lying playmaker role. Played a lot of games in League 2, so he's really experienced there, coming from Carlisle. 27, so a little bit on the older side, so hopefully he can add a little bit of experience to our young-ish squad. Brandon Hall has just come in as backup keeper. I know I said I got the 2 young guys, and I probably should have kept the Brazilian guy, Lucas Colovini, or I think Colovan, but we needed someone else to come in as a backup, just like an older head there to sit on the bench where the other 2 can actually get some game time in that. A lot of games in National League, North, South, around about there, so good 338 games there, so a bit of experience here to come in. And we have got one more signing, and this is the man who I bigged up in the intro. He was the top scorer last year in League Two, 39 goals. Cambridge released him on a free. He didn't want to sign a contract, so he left. They went up, and he was just a free agent. And I was like, how can I not pass this up? And that man is Fejiri Kanabirhi. I've butchered that, and I even practiced before I said it. Here he is. Yes, I think he's pretty good for League Two. He's got no real standout stats, but the dribbling, finishing, first touch, passing, technique, all the stats he needs, anticipation, composure. All right, decisions is lowest in 10, but off the ball, work rate, and his physicals here are all nicely rounded. At 28 years old, on the oldish side, he is susceptible to injuries, as he did have one towards the end of last season there, 2 months. But having a look at his career stats here for Cambridge, in League Two, he thumped in 39 goals and was the top scorer. If he can do, if he can even do half of that for us, I think we'll go up. So he is definitely a good buy. It cost a pretty penny on 2.6k per week, is one of my top earners. So hopefully you can get a year or two out of him. I could also play on the left and on the right at a pinch, but he's definitely going to be playing up front. Gives a bit more consistency up front because he is consistent. That's what I want. Terence Carter will now obviously take a backwards sort of step and be coming off the bench and that. The players out. Obviously, we've got Lucas Coverland. Hayden Bland is our name in the game. He has gone out on loan to... I'm not even sure that he's... No, that's Hayden Bland. Hayden Bland's gone to Bradford, PA. Just want to give him a bit more game time. I've noticed his potential ability starting to go down, so I want him to get a bit more game time at 17. Ollie Kinnear's out on loan. Tyrese Boulderstone also out on loan. Doro as well. Hallam Hope went 20k to Crawley Town. Anthony O'Connor 40k. With Maghoma coming in, he wasn't really going to get a spot there. Garcia's gone out on loan. A couple of loans. 10k for Darren Nugent. Harry Brockbank has gone out on loan as well, and a couple of other young players as well. So all out on loans. We've got a couple of other players coming in. One who I am quite, happy about. We'll check him out now. And that is Michael Felivi. He is on trial at the moment. He is still getting back into fitness from his damaged Achilles tendon. Derby. So he went back to Derby. He got injured. They recalled him back. And his contract was out, and they released him on a free. The poor guy has a damaged Achilles tendon. Derby, bit harsh. I was like, Michael, come to Oldham. You can have, some of our physio facilities. Get yourself back on track, and we'll look to find a spot for you in the team. Because 19 goal contributions last year and 40 appearances. He was really, really good. Took him a bit of time to get going, but once he did, he was really good. And the fact that he can play on both sides and potentially up front, is a consistent performer. I've got to have him in the team. So hopefully he gets back into regular training. We can offer him a contract. He's been on trial. This is his second trial now because he's just hasn't been able to do much. And I did offer him one contract, but it was a little bit touch and go, and obviously our finances are a little bit dicey, so I am trying to sneak that in there. But other than that, not a huge amount of transfers, but I feel just enough to really sort of strengthen this team. We've got a couple of other trialists on here at the moment. We'll see what happens with them, but not huge changes to the team, so I really hope that we're just going to solidify that, that core that we've got here. Get that consistency going, and hopefully, automatic promotion. Because on to the playoffs, it's pot luck. I generally have pretty good luck with them, but I'd rather kind of, just get it done. And there's 3 spots in League 2, so which we should probably check how the season preview is going, because, the media reckon we are 5th. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeovil Town, bottom. Wow. And Barrow, who just got relegated, they are also predicted to finish at the bottom, but I would like to get up around here. Northampton, well, definitely above them into that 3rd spot. But Yeovil Town, that'll be interesting to see if they can, overcome a low media prediction, and they just missed out on the playoffs the last season. What else was schedule? See how we're going. We've been amazing in pre-season. We even beat Everton 4-2. Portsmouth 4-2 as well. Some really good wins there. We've got AFC Wimbledon today, and Blackburn. We won't play the EFL First Cup game because obviously this video's been going for quite a while, as all the first episodes do of the season. We only get in the one game because I have a lot of other stuff to go through. We've improved some staff. We've got the best coaches in the league, best sports scientists, and we're pretty good in the scouting department as well. Other than that, I think we can probably get into this game, I reckon. I just want to have a quick look at the Dream 11. We've got no one in there, which is excellent. Our best player, if we scroll all the way down here, is probably, it is Okenbirhi. I'll practice that a bit more, but he is there with Magnus Norman. They're the only two players who make that list. Magnus Norman, actually, we had a bit of interest from Aberdeen. They came sniffing around, and I quickly offered him a new contract to kind of get rid of that with a minimum fee of 2.5 million. So if any club comes in and pays 2.5 million for Magnus Norman, they can have him. Anyway, here is the squad. This is probably pretty close to best. Sam Matthews still coming back from injury as well. He is still a good 6 weeks to 3 months away from coming back in there as well. I've moved Jimmy Gower up. He is looking pretty good as a 3 stars at the moment. Central midfielder on attack. He's good first touch passing technique. He's determined as well. So hopefully a bit of game time for him, which should be good after spending a pretty successful season last year at South Shields. Other than that, we've still got Harry Vaughan down here as well. Junior Luamba. Vontae Williams coming back from injury as well. But here is the team today to face AFC Wimbledon. It is Norman in goal. Reid will make his debut at right back. Maghoma and Roberts there. Benny Kuto hoping for a better season from Jones, the captain at deep line playmaker. Hottie and Dowling in the midfield. Alex Bruce on the right. Patrick on the left. And our new striker, Okenbirhi. I just need something to roll a bit quicker. But anyway, So the two debutants there as well, and we do have Callum Guy on the bench along with Carter, Linton, Robinson, Brian Waugh and Murray. So a lot of youth there as well, which is thumbs up. Having a quick look. I know, we'll get into the game. Having a quick look at the development centre here. We've got a fair few players in here who, could be ready for the first team squad. Noah Hay was a Premier League reject, shall we say. I think it showed you him last time. Can play across the back, but I think he's more of a right back. Wing back on support probably with those physicals. So see how he goes with Reid. Lewis Brown, I like the look of him as a centre back. Really, really good tackling, good leadership and determination. Well, he's not very aggressive, but hopefully he can, do some business there. Matthias Roberts, Donald McNally is they rate as our best prospect. So yeah, it's good finishing actually. It's probably not too bad. If Terrence Carter is really consistent on the bench, we might bring him up. Will Armitage is another centre back who I think looks pretty good, especially that jumping reach. He is a bit of a giant, and he's wanted by a whole host of teams on loan. So we'll see how that goes. Sending him out on loan. Dave Robertson, Ted Kurd are the goalkeepers, and Matt Dilby Diaz as well. So a lot of youth candidates in there ready for the first team squad, but. Without further ado, let's just get into that first game of the season. I have definitely talked way too long. And let's go and submit the team. We're getting a squad number. That'll be Hall. And you can just have like 35. Submit the numbers, and let's get into it. No more mucking around. Come on, this is it. First game of the season. We'll start like we mean to go on and finish. In other words, promotion, point the finger. It's important to make use of home advantage. Yep, I have faith in you. I mean, you look at this team and it is, apart from we got, I've just realized his name is Ajiri Sean China. That's so cool. Fergie there and Tyler Reid. Everyone else was basically in an 11 or our strongest 11 last year. So I'm looking forward to that as we start off and encourage the boys. Have we got it in extended highlights? We do, because obviously we played that last cup game. But is Patrick on the ball now? He finds Bruce. Alex Bruce now charging into the box, goes back to Tyler Reid on debut. He finds Jones as the rain comes down, as it always does in Manchester here. Bruce trying a little dink over the top, but Kuto, can't quite get to it. A little bit heavy there from Alex Bruce. We head over to the heat map and see how we're going. We don't want later scores here. We want the league table. And I get that in before a highlight starts, which usually never happens, to be honest. Davison now for Wimbledon. They go all the way back to Broome, who comes out sweeper keepering. Meg Homer getting his head to the ball there. Bruce loses it to Brown, and Wimbledon try to mount an attack here, but we do sort of close them down a bit as they do find some space out on the right, but Benny Kuto picks up a poor first touch, and is Patrick now on the ball. Can he unleash Big China? Big China. Not a bad cross. Bruce gets his head to it and it goes over the bar. So not bad. We might have to change Ockenberry's name to Big China. I don't know how he'll feel about that, but I just love his middle name. His middle name is Sean China. Loving it. Anyway, another highlight with Norman as the rain has eased off. Kudo and Norman just playing it back to each other, and they go back to Roberts and Kudo, find Patrick out on this right, swapping sides as we always do. Bruce and Patrick, the two wingers, Dowling trying to find Ockenberry there, but pretty quiet so far. 22 minutes. Dowling now with the burst from midfield. Can he? Oh, that was an absolute sitter as well. I thought, here we go. He's off. Goal scoring to start our season off. Kuto now with the corner. Christian Maghoma can't quite get it on target. Jones goes back. Bruce here. Oh, that's a great save by the goalkeeper as Ockenberry there couldn't quite lash in the back of the net. But a couple of shots now. 6.5. I think that's a bit harsh. Kuto, Maghoma comes back out again. It wasn't Maghoma. Kuto finds Roberts. Hottie has a pop. He's good at long shots with 16, and it is another corner to Oldham. Oh my God, it is just highlight after highlight as Kuto now whips in another corner. Maghoma gets his head to this one, and finally the corner's end for a goal kick. But Oldham looking a lot, looking dominant here, I think, with our 3 shots on target, XG 0.8. Wimbledon not really offering much here as well. But the Mountain Lion share of possession, 52%. I don't know if that's a Lion share, but Maghoma winning another header as he does so frequently. Brown on the ball now and goes over the top, and Reid on a yellow card hooks that back into the midfield, and Patrick now going back to Reid. Patrick finds Dowling. They go back to Reid. Jones, Maghoma now. Back to Reid on that yellow. Maghoma just dinking it around here, trying to find a breakthrough. Fernbidgey knocks it down to Patrick. Patrick charges forward. Can he get a cross in? He goes back to Reid. Reid to Jones. Jones to Reid. Just the passing works well. It's in. It is in. Alex Bruce. He scores the first goal of the season for him and for Oldham with a nice little cross from Dowling there along the ground. It is Bruce at the far post there. Jones on the ball here. We pass it around. Very Barcelona-ish, and Dowling there and Bruce just completely unmarked. Back of the net. That's what I'm talking about. Right on half-time. That's the best time to score. I'm going to point the finger. I think we're doing well, but you need to up it. Just find another gear, boys. And we can put them to the sword. Ockenberry having a bit of a quiet game. That's okay. He's on debut. First game of the season. We'll come back from injury, we'll say. But hopefully he can really, drive this team forward. And we've got our first highlight of the second half. Jones, and I thought Maghoma had scored because it flashed up with some substitutions. We will be making our own substitutions very, very soon as the 65-minute mark ticks over, and that is cue to make a substitution. Ockenberry, do I take him off? He's on 6.5. He's not playing well. I'm going to bring on Callum Guy for Hottie. Now, Callum Guy, I don't think is very good at long shots, so I should probably actually remove that and change that just so it's a Florent Hottie kind of instruction. We are going to bring on Benny Kudos on a yellow. We are going to change both my wing backs with Brian Waugh and Murray. We're going to leave it like that as well, just with the 3 for the moment. And we'll see. We'll give Ockenberry just a little bit more time and see how he can go. Maybe another 5-10 minutes. Bruce on the ball now, the goal scorer. He's lost out of it, and Robinson now is just vacant down that side of the pitch there. He comes in, and Cashman, and it is Price there, I think it was, who had a pop, and it was quite wayward in the end. The substitutes come on to add some fresh legs. Patrick heads the ball, and Dowling, who just, he's just like a traction engine. This boy just goes for days and days. Brian Waugh now over the top. It is that man, Ockenberry. Can he get in the act here? Alex Bruce headers, and it goes wide. Got a corner now. Guy taking the corners, whips it in. It is headed away by the Wimbledon defence. Murray now pushes forward. Bruce on the ball. It's a penalty. Surely that's a penalty. No, the ref hasn't seen it. I think that was a penalty, to be honest. Brian Waugh scooping up a wayward pass, but he's put in a wayward pass now. And Price and Brian Waugh makes a good challenge. Guy on the ball now. Bruce goes forward to Patrick. Can he get it in for Ockenberry? He can't. It's blocked, and it is away. And Wimbledon are scrambling. Ockenberry! Oh, he's shot wide, and I think that will be the end of him today, as we'll take him off for Terence Carter. Didn't have his shooting boots on today. Roberts now finds Murray, as Murray puts in a wayward pass there, trying to find possibly that man there, who possibly was Terence Carter. Dowling on the ball now, although I don't think it is, because the changes haven't been made yet, and that's Marsh getting a red card. And that has probably, if we get another goal here, I'm going to demand some more, because I think we're just there. Come on, boys. Come on, we should have 2 goals here. Easily 2 goals. Wimbledon haven't offered much at all. I will take a 1-0 win. It hasn't been the, the goal fest that I envisioned on the opening day here, but it's a decent start. As we roll into full time here, I mean, we should have won maybe minimum of 2-0, maybe 3-0. George Dowling had 2 clear-cut chances. Ockenberry there, a bit of a home debut to sort of forget for him. But I am pleased. Had Tyler Redo with a 6.6 and Callum Guy with a 7. So I'm happy. We win our first game of the season, and things are looking very, very good. Very, very good indeed. Right, so we've got our first game under the belt. We continue with all the green dots. All right, these are friendlies. Yeah. Anyway, we've got Carabao Cup against Blackburn coming up. Double Morecambe. That's interesting. Look, we've got Morecambe in the... we've got our Papa John's. We'll have a look at that. We've got Leeds, get in. Mansfield, who are in League 2. And Morecambe, who are also in League 2. So that's not a bad draw, actually. You can probably get out of that group. I'm going to play we might go to the end of the month, wrap up some transfers if there is going to be any. We'll see how we go for that. And then hopefully if things go well up until that, what we'll do is we'll play a big chunk of games. So I don't want to, if we're going really well, I don't want to make it boring that we're winning all the time, and I'd like to get out of League 2 as quickly as possible. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you watched all this way and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, it would mean a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.